Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Whoa. Oh. Like button. Subscribe. Deep, dark suggestions while the music plays. Become a Patreon. Oh my god. Become a patron. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god! Push the button, you weirdo! Oh god, quit being so weird and hit the freaking button, dude! There we go. End of the song. There we go. Make your neck all weird. There we go. Make your neck all weird. Get your neck all weird. Like, puff it out all weird like this. Okay. Camera's in a new spot. Things are in a new location. You can't see hardly any of the new crap I've done around here. I'm realizing that now. Just as the show starts, all of the hectic rearranging and everything is all behind the camera, and you will likely never know. You'll likely never know, except for if I come on here and say, I did it. Oops. I did it again. I played with your heart. I got lost in the game. Ooh, baby, baby. Oops. I did it again. I need the lyrics. Lyric sheet. I need the lyric sheet. Okay, we need the lyric sheet. We need the sheet music. Okay, hold on. Right here at the beginning, it goes, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay? Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, that's the beginning. I think I did it again. I made you believe. We're more than just friends. Ooh, baby. Baby, it might seem like a crush, but it doesn't mean much. Hold on, this new monitor is weird to read. Hold on. I have to tip it up because I'm an old man. Okay? I have to tip the monitor up because I'm an old man. Okay, here we go. Oh, but it doesn't mean that I'm serious, because to lose all my senses, that is just so typically me. Ooh, baby, baby. Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart. I got lost in the game. Ooh, baby, baby. Oops. You think I'm in love? That I'm sent from above. Okay, that's what it is. I'm not that innocent. Okay, okay. You see, my problem is this. I'm dreaming away, wishing that heroes They truly exist. Okay. This is written very weird. I cry watching the days. Can't you see I'm a fool? In so many ways? Because to lose all my senses, that is just so typically me. Ooh, baby, baby. Oh, here it is. This is the chorus I was on. Oops, I did it again. I played with your heart, got lost in the game. Ooh, baby, baby. Oops, you think I'm in love. That I'm sent from above. I'm not that innocent. Okay, we've got it. I think we've got it. Okay. Hello? I'm hearing weird sounds. Oh, it's the garage door. Okay, well, I was worried. Back to Gaga. She's much better. She is much better. I love Lady Gaga, but I don't love all of Lady Gaga's stuff. I realize that. The other day when I was doing a project. I was working on a project. I don't know about you guys, but I was working on a project, okay? And I was listening to Lady Goo mix amongst a bunch of other music, right? It can't just be one. It can't just be one. It's got to be many. Many different bands, many different musicians, many different genres. Anyhow, there's that song that's, what's it called? The Disco Stick? Disco Stick Lady Gaga lyric sheet. This one's much better. This one's written much better. Let's have some fun. This beat is sick. I want to take a ride on your disco stick. Let's have some fun. This beat is sick. I want to take a ride on your disco stick. I don't like this song. It's just not. It's not good. Okay? So it's not all great. It's not all great up there in the Lady Gaga world as far as my opinion goes. Maybe Lady Gaga fans will come after me and choke me to death. Who knows? But I don't like that song. I like a lot of her songs, but I don't like that one. Recently, in Lady Gaga news, it was released that a Detroit radio station censored Lady Gaga song. This was just last year. Lady Gaga says she admitted that Kiss FM was the only radio station to correctly censor the song during the chorus when she replaces poker face with fuck her face. So for however many years that song had been playing on the radio, eventually somebody got her to admit that it is pop, 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 poker, pop, 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 fuck her face, right? So somebody got her to admit it. It was just last year, so it feels new, although soon it will not be last year. It'll be more than that because it will have happened in 2023. And then it's going to be 2025, and then we'll have to reference it as that's 2 years ago. Even though only a couple of days are going to go by, okay? Because that's how linear progression works with the Mayan calendar, right? Are we sure? Are we sure about that? Don't know. There's that weird noise again. There is that weird noise. Okay. Speaking of weird noises, I'm going to hop into the green room on our Discord in case anyone needs to call in and make some weird noises. We do have a private message. Okay. Received private message. Got it. I read it with my eyeballs. America style. I did it American style. Okay. In case anybody was wondering. America style. Oh my God, we've got a buttload of super chats to address here. We've got a lot of super chats to address in the room, okay, folks? But first to the chat today was Witchy Cat. My first question was, it's Monday, right? And the Witchy Cat answered, yes, it is. I guess second-ish first, which meant that, like, I had typed in the chat first, but I don't count. I don't count as first, okay? I don't. As Ricky Bobby would say, if you ain't first, you last. And so we got to know. Yeah, we got to fucking deal with it. You know, these things happen, and we got to deal with it. Let's see if we can get an uncertified stream before the hell begins. We'll give that a like. We'll click a like into the chat. We'll click a like onto the live stream. We'll become subscribers. We'll become patrons. We'll become YouTube members. We'll do all of the things. Maybe we'll do it before next year, so you can be an inaugural 2024 member if you're not already. Let's see if we can get an uncertified stream before all hell begins. Yeah, the new administration is a abject disaster, and it's going to be horrific. And yeah, Portugal, get ready. I'm moving to Portugal. That's where the big aquarium is, so I might as well move there, right? D-Rock says, oh, LOL, laugh out loud. I had 2 coworkers walk in this morning and ask, it's Monday, right? Yeah, I mean, fuck. You know, you have the week off like this, and you have no idea what day it is anymore. We don't know what's going on. Vicky and I had a couple of days without the daughter, keeping us bound up into daughter stuff, child nonsense, and we have no idea what's going on. We don't know it's Monday anymore. We don't know what's going on. I busted into work today and I busted over here to work today this morning, and I have been all sorts of going, WTF, what the farts? What's going on? What am I doing? What is happening today? What am I supposed to be doing? Oh shit! Where's my schedule? What's going on? That's how it is. You know, you get some vacation time. You do the family. You drive around. You do all that stuff, and then you come back, and you're like, why am I back here? Why am I back doing this? I don't know, but I am. So then you go, okay, well, time to suck it up and do the stuff, do the thing that it says to do. You know, either way. We did have a wonderful Christmas. We drove over to Wenatchee, Washington, stayed over there with the family, and they were like, there's no snow in town, sorry, you know, it sucks. But the day of Christmas, we basically did all the packages and stuff and some breakfast and blah, 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 and we hopped in the vehicle, went up the mountain, into the snowy foothills of the I guess the Cascade Mountain Range, and busted around out there, threw snowballs at each other, hiked up, tried to go to the lookout, went to the lookout in the deep snow, and it was cloudy and foggy. You know what I mean? But it was still awesome because it was a snowy mountainside, and we all had a great time. Made snow angels, the whole thing. Came back home, home to my mother's house in Wenatchee, and I was saying, hey, the news says it's going to snow. The news is saying it's going to snow today. And it did. Before the end of Christmas Day, it did start dumping down snow, and it snowed, I don't know, maybe 6 inches of really, really wet snow, and it was warming up. It was warming up comparatively to keeping snow on the ground. So upside, wet, kind of soggy snow, but you can make snowmen out of it. So we made a bunch of snowmen. The next day, ran around in the yard, you know, kind of did that kind of stuff. But it was, you know, if it was a day of working outside, I probably would have complained quite a bit because it was that super typical Northwest, just sock you to death with the cold when it's like 33 degrees and wet snow everywhere. And once it's above freezing like that, the humidity jumps way up. And, yeah, it's just wet and cold. It's like, and you're like outside, it's like an ice cold drink outside, right? And you're like, why is this happening to me? I can't believe this is happening to me. And then you realize it's not actually happening to me. I'm just outside. That's all, you know? Before the Monday thing starts, you say, a super chat from Skogs. Okay, we got a super chat from Skogs. That says, before the Monday thing starts, you say. I'm confused. Rainy days and Mondays always bring me Corvus. That's right. It's a rainy on my side of the mountains over here. For those that don't know, it was epically raining all weekend. I did a bunch of yard work this weekend with Vicky because we were home, didn't have a kid. We could do whatever project we want, didn't matter. So we worked on a bunch of yard stuff, dug up a bunch of dirt, bunch of pilings that we have in the ground. We dug those out of the ground, did all that stuff, and did not get it all done because it was just raining and raining and raining. And, when you're working for yourself and you're working for free, there's not even any money on the line or whatever. It's really easy to let's go back inside. This is ridiculous. Let's go back inside for a while and we'll do some other stuff. So then we started rearranging the garage, shop, and my office to start putting a whole bunch of stuff away. And then we completely reconfigured Olivia's playroom. So now she has a rumpus area. I'm not really sure. There's been some conversation this weekend on if rumpus is a word. And I'm going to look it up now. Okay, rumpus is an informal noun, a noisy disturbance, a commotion. So I guess it's just some nonsense. Does it have... Let's see. Experts guess that the informal rumpus might come from the now obsolete word robustious, meaning boisterous or noisy. In the mid-20th century, children's playrooms began to be called rumpus rooms. Definitions of rumpus: noun, the act of making noisy disturbance. So we don't even really have an etymology. It just sort of appeared. Welcome to more whatever the fuck this language is that I'm supposedly speaking. If we want to call it English, I guess. Here's the etymology of rumpus. Uproar, disturbance, riot. 1764 foot. A word of unknown origin. Yeah, so I don't know if that's an actual etymology. Huh, okay, well, we don't know. Maybe it's a word, maybe it's a not, but people understand what it is when I'm saying rumpus room. So, a lot of chaos room where kids are playing, Oh, and the Attic Man. Frank Dominguez, the Attic Man has arrived. That's good. Frank's here. Either Frank's here or he's got a bot. One or the other. He's got a bot that's chatting to us. We don't know. We can never really verify bot behavior or not. It's very difficult to break it down via YouTube chat, so we'll figure it out someday, but probably not today. Chicago Shrimp says, hi, Witchy and Alyssa and D-Rock and Frank and Joel. That's me. Hey, it's sunny here today. Oh, in Eastern Washington? Okay. Actually got light on my person and fresh air. Not sure what to do with myself. You better enjoy it because the moisture's headed your way again, I would guess. I did split some wood. Always a fun workout. Yep. I split wood again this weekend. It's like 2 weekends in a row now that I've chopped wood for other people. I don't understand what's happening, but it wasn't really my wood. But then later on, I had to go through my giant wood pile of all the scraps and everything that I save up. The good, the good stuff, I don't know. Half the time I wonder why I save this shit, but it does come in handy sometimes. And, when you're talking about chunks of maple or oak or hickory or... sounds like our daughter's getting scolded for wandering outside. Chunks of like hardwoods and stuff like that, I normally save them if they're at least, 16 inches, right? Plus, save all those chunks. I got a big giant pile of them. I had to go through that and get rid of a bunch of it and throw it in the just burn this stuff pile. But I got a lot of that done. I don't have a clue what this super chat says. It's every widget and wingding around. Plus the circle R, plus the circle C. Copyright registered, the TM with the check mark. Okay. Got it. Got the Bueller super chat. Bueller. Is anybody here? Bueller. We got the Bueller super chat just to see what's going on. I wasn't paying attention to one of my tanks, and I was peering in everywhere and found one, just one newly hatched fry from a species I haven't gotten to breed yet. Oh. Just one. Well, maybe that's why you haven't gotten them to breed yet. Maybe they breed one at a time, which would be super annoying. Tore the tank apart. Can't find more. What the fuck? L471. Come on. Which one's the? I don't know. I don't know my plecos well enough to know what the L471 is. This one, the white spotted dwarf. Oh, these are fucking cool. It would be cool if you guys could see what I was looking at, right? That could be a thing. Could be a feature. This is what I'm looking at. Hopefully these are the right ones. Hopefully the internet is coming in legit for us. Fucking decent, Bo Bandy. Yeah, I like them. Those are cool. Let's read a little bit about their characteristics. Let's see. The L471 white spotted dwarf. Oh. Hypencistrus, right? Is that how you say that? Hypencistrus. Pleco is among the smallest and few true nano plecos. Oh my god, it's a fucking nano pleco. We might need to get it. And a very beautiful one at that. We're currently offering full-grown adult specimens. They're sold out whatever thing I'm on here. A generally peaceful and hardy species, the white spotted dwarf. I don't know if I'm saying that right. People are going to tell me in the chat. Is it hippen? All right, we're going to look it up. We're gonna fucking look it up on howtopronounce.com.
Hypancistrus.
Hypancistrus? Maybe. Nobody's posted it up. Nobody's posted it. That was just a bot. That was a fucking bot talking. Goddamn bot talking. Oh, they have the definition, but they don't have the how to say it. Hypancistrus? I guess we'll just go with that. Okay. Just to make sure I don't sound like a total retard while I'm on here. Undemanding candidate for most aquariums, unlike the widely seen common pleco and Trinidad pleco, which easily reach a monstrous size of 18 to 20 inches. The white spotted dwarf grows to a size of about 4 inches. Or 10 centimeters if you're in the centimeter world. The smaller size makes for a much more manageable and less messy pleco can thrive permanently in a well-maintained aquarium as small as 15 to 20 gallons. I wouldn't recommend that. That sounds stupid. 20-gallon tank? That sucks. Male pleco may be somewhat territorial with other males of their species, but disputes can usually add some territory. Yeah, that's why I don't do a 15-gallon tank. Please note that this fish requires a significantly warmer temperature than some other fish and invertebrates, especially subtropical species. Some shrimp will not thrive in these high temperatures. How hot does it need to be? How hot? How hot? Uh-oh, this sounds familiar. Nope. They're out of Venezuela. Okay. That's why. The Rio Orinoco, right? I want to go there, but it's in Venezuela, and Venezuela is just kind of a disaster, right? They're in here. Why is it over off on the side? How do we make it bigger? What if I hold Alt down? Can I hold Alt down? Is it Alt? Yeah? Oh, it makes it weird. Oh. It just makes it bigger. It should. Maybe Control does it. Nope, that just makes it bigger too. Okay, well. We'll have to fix this. Remove, add source, capture this. Here we go. Oh, okay, there we go. This one, this river, right here. Let's zoom out, and then you can look at Venezuela. And these Venezuelan idiots are, they're trying to claim this area over here in Guyana. And this is all going to be, people are going to be fighting over this because there's oil here. So we can't go there. But maybe we could go, Maybe, I don't know. Venezuela seems fishy. Get it? At this very moment. So we might not. Who knows? Might not ever be able to go there and collect them. So our best bet is that Alyssa starts breeding them, and then maybe we could get a couple someday. You know? They're being sold on here for $20. Shit. Nope. They're being sold for $40. Okay, so we're going to have to make a better deal. We'll have to make a better deal with Alyssa. 35? 30? 20. Final offer. You know how that goes, right? You just keep lowering the price. Where did my chat go? That's a real question. I bet you people are responding to the nonsense at the bottom here. Hype and Sistrus. Yeah, I mean, that's what it was saying, but I was sitting here thinking, I'm saying it out loud, and I don't know if I'm saying it out loud right. And then I'm like, you know, we might as well look it up. And it turns out nobody's even uploaded the how to say it. So we don't know. We may never know. Skog Shrimp and stuff. Yeah, I'm last again. Oh, crap. We hit our goal. That means you guys are going to try and make me stream on Friday. What's our next goal? What should our next goal be? What should our next goal be? 20 super chats? Okay, there we go. We'll start the next goal. We have whoops, I started with a 30-minute timer. Uh-oh. Can we edit it? No, we can't edit it. We have a 30-minute goal. Uh-oh. I should have put longer on there, but I didn't. And you can't edit it. It won't let me edit it. So, yeah, there we go. Okay, well, we hit that first goal, which means we're going to have to stream sometime on Friday. We'll have to figure that out. They do well at 82 degrees. Okay, that's not bad. That's not out of the realm of weirdness. 82 F2C, just to make sure I don't say the wrong thing, so I don't sound like a total idiot. $27.7. Is it always so stupid? Hey guys, I'm gonna need your aquarium to be set at 27.7 degrees. Right? You can't just go up by 1 degree. Although I turned the air on earlier, and it is cooling off in here rapidly, so I'm going to turn it back to the temperature I had it before, which is 1 billion Fahrenheit or 23.3 Celsius, right? Yeah. Anyhow, we don't have any background tunes today. I don't like this. Where's our background tunes? Oh, I got to sign in again? Oh, that's right. I had to unplug. I had to unplug and replug. I had to unplug and replug and refix everything. Why is this goofy? There we go. Sign in. Boom. Do you use AI generative tools? Not really, except for making the I don't know if anybody's noticed. Have you guys noticed that I've been making the thumbnail out of just was a stupid AI generator? I basically just put nonsense in there and then see what it makes. you know, because it's really not making anything. And I will admit, AI generating art does, for whatever reason, I can sort of get to a place, right? But I don't know how to get, like, let's say that making AI art is 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, right? Like I can get to 1, 2, and 3, but I can't get to 4. Does that make sense? I can never get to full fruition. You know what I mean? Like I can't get a full bucket of chicken at Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? There's no full release is my point, ultimately, right? You know what I'm saying? If you've ever seen Idiocracy, you know what I'm talking about. You can't get a hand job at Starbucks. You know what I mean? Anyhow. So I don't know if I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm not enjoying it as much as I could. And there's a whole lot of time spent like staring at a wheel spinning around while it thinks, and then it just spits some shit out that's like, it's hardly even different than before, right? Like you're like, that's kind of the same thing that was already happening there. And let me give you an idea of this. This is kind of funny. So what I did was I put in my avatar. I put in my avatar issue, or my avatar picture, and I said, can make this avatar image into an actual person, but without glasses. I literally said without glasses, like as the main prompt at the beginning. Right? Every motherfucker in this, first off, none of them exist. None of these motherfuckers are actual motherfuckers. These are just generated off of like all of the Sears catalogs that exist in the world, right? They're all AI generated. They all have the wrong color of eyes, first off. Second of all, none of them even really have a beard. They just have some 5-hour, or I don't know, like a 2-day shadow or a day shadow or whatever you call this. And then they're all wearing glasses, all of them. Every single one of these imaginary people that I said, make that but without glasses, they're all wearing glasses, every single one of them. And I wanted to tell the bot, give me my credits back, you piece of shit. And I said that, and it didn't understand. It didn't understand. Actually, to be clear, it understood me. It just didn't care, right? Because it's a bot. It don't play by your rules. It don't play by my rules. It plays by its own rules, and it's doing its own thing, you know. So, Witchy Cat's here. Maybe she can give us some advice on how to make it without glasses. How do we do that?
You've got to use a negative prompt.
A negative prompt?
You use a negative prompt.
So what do I say? Go fuck yourself, you stupid bot? Is that negative enough?
No, you would say glasses, and then you would set the weight of that to like negative 0.03, and that will then remove the glasses.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass. And even when I use just a photo version of you to try to get it to make an avatar aspect, whew, I get some really fugly women, I have to tell you.
Well, I bet they're really hot women, you know?
No.
These are probably some of the hottest women, you know? I'm telling you.
It's fun, but, you know.
I mean, I guess it's fun to play with, but it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
When the stupid thing can't even do the stupid, like, one thing that you asked it to do. Like, do not have glasses, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, it sucks. You have to really work at it.
I don't want to really work at it. The whole idea is that this is a tool. This is like I invented a ratcheting wrench that, like, it's going to take you 6 years to figure out how to use this ratcheting wrench. You're going to have to go to a whole nother school. You're going to have to go to another school, right, to figure out how to use this wrench before you can use the wrench. But I made the wrench, and it's polluting the earth.
Right, because it's
like
using so much power to use the wrench.
at a phenomenal rate.
Yeah.
And it's using up
Yeah.
all of the power that you could use to make widgets and other wrenches that you don't need to go to school for.
Right.
And yeah, so I don't, that's kind of the problem here is that like I don't exactly want to go to school to learn how to use AI art shit when it's
I
like,
know.
bitch, I already put in fucking 100 prompts or whatever. Not 100. That's too many. It tells you don't put in too many because we'll get confused essentially. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just ridiculous.
I have
like-
some interesting variations. I just haven't come up with one that I thought was worthy to share yet.
So
Other
what
than
do
to
I do?
laugh
Like
at.
without glasses?
So you'll put it. It depends on which model you're using. The XXDL or XDX or whatever that one is the best for this because you can use multiple prompts. You give it the first vision of what you want it to be, avatar in the foreground with whatever background, blah, blah, blah. And then you can do...
Why are there 100 different fucking stupid AI models that don't work?
I know.
Why is this? What the fuck, man?
Because-
Like, welcome to free market capitalism. Like, oh, don't worry, the free market will figure it out. The free market makes this shit. Look at this. Look how fucking stupid this is. This is polluting the environment. When the only prompt I gave it was without glasses. Every single one of them has fucking glasses. This one has a bow in the hair for some reason. Like every single one of them has glasses. When the only prompt I said was make this without glasses. That's it. That's the only prompt I put in. Without glasses. What the fuck, man? Like why are we destroying the planet for this?
Weird ass shit with your hair.
What the
or your
fuck is
eyeballs
this?
on that one.
What is this shit? Why?
Oh,
Fuck.
I like-
Hey, you know what we need to do? You know what we need to do?
related, man.
Do you know what we need to do?
What?
We need to put in another gas station. That's what we need to fucking do. We should really
On the
put in
corner.
another gas station. Holy shit, I'm getting fucking fired up now because this stupid bot's taking over the world and they're more useless than fucking any person I've ever met in my entire life. Any person.
The one day Fish Fam doesn't show up, so we can rant at a bot we know it's not even here.
That bot's it's not real. It can't be real.
The faux bot, fake bot news.
It's not real. It can't be real.
Okay,
How
I
do
believe
fucking
it.
sleep, you stupid piece of shit computer? I realize the other one is power.
Is your new monitor all curvy, perchance?
No, it's not curvy.
Oh,
I got it from your house.
yeah, it should be curved.
It's not
it was
curved.
supposed to.
That's a flat monitor.
Should be a 42-inch curved gaming monitor.
Well, it's not curved. I'll tell you that much.
Well, somebody fuck me. Well, anyway, does it function as needed?
I mean, it works. I plugged it in.
Excellent.
So
Awesome.
5-star
Given
review.
how long it's sat in the
5-star
car,
review.
that's pretty
This
cool.
shit works. That'd be my 5-star
Excellent.
review. 5 stars. Shit, where's the star on the control? Oh, here it is. 5-star review. It works. Oh, fuck, man. I can't type.
All right, you don't need to.
It works
I believe
when
ya.
powered on. There we go. That's what I was trying to say. There we go. 5 stars. It works when
Well,
powered
that's
on. There
better
we
than
go.
AI.
Right? There we go.
Excellent.
Yeah, so, luckily the bots now are in charge of making art, so we don't need to make art anymore because they're just so good at it, they're just so good. You put in a thing, and you're like, hey, can you do this? And it's like, nah. I mean, they're like the worst intern ever, right? Yeah. Oh, my God. I saw the funniest... I got posted something funny that's only going to create drama with certain people, so I don't think. Never mind. I'm not going to talk about it. Somebody was just messaging me about a certain business owner posting his affiliate links on fucking social media, where it's like, what? You need to be making money off of this? Okay, weird. Speaking of affiliate links, how much did we make this year during, or how much do you think we made this month during Christmas trying to outsell Joe Rogan's pocket vaginas? We're trying to outsell Joe Rogan's pocket vaginas by trying to sell pocket vibrators. Which, by the way, if you want to get involved with an affiliate link, that's a real basic vibrator. Like, this is a real basic model. If you want to dip your toes in the jacuzzi, as it were, you could click that link. It'll take you to Amazon. You can buy whatever you want, and it'll give us a commission. Although some people complained, they said, if I click on your Amazon link and it takes me over to Amazon, my wife's going to wonder why I'm looking at vibrators on Amazon, and I'm going to say, sounds like you and your wife need to have a conversation. Maybe spice it up, Spice up your home life, as it were. What the fuck? Why isn't this shit loading? Amazon has $8 trillion, and they can't even fucking website can't even load. Okay, we made $11 in the Christmas month. So the big selling month, we sold a lot. We made $11 worth of commissions. The question is, have we sold?
Was there anything fun?
Have we sold a vibrator? No, negative. We have not. No. We did not sell one. We sold
didn't have a vibrator out last week.
Some people bought some pipe, some housing, push connect fittings.
Maybe. Oh, that kind of thing.
I don't know, just random shit. Somebody reloaded their gift card balance. That doesn't do anything. It just tracks that I sent you to get a gift card, which is fine,
Right.
What is this? Blackout curtains? Somebody bought blackout curtains. That's a smart call. Whoever bought blackout curtains, good call. Good call. Because maybe they already had a vibrator. Got him.
Of us come equipped previously.
Fucking got him, bro. We're eating dinner, but I'm clicking this link anyway. It's a good call. It's a good call. If you're my age and you happen to have ever had a spouse that has gone through menopause, you might want to check our Amazon links someday. That's how it be. Alyssa says to spice up your life. I don't disagree. Do it. Aubrey, surprised there's not a glasses remover tool. I am also surprised that there is no glasses removal tool, or the fact that it seems incapable of removing glasses from an image, which like Photoshop can just do that now. So I don't know why the AI bot can't refuse to do that. Oh, this one's currently unavailable. Oh man, that one's too under the radar. We got to find something that's more above the radar. What's a good brand? Is there a good brand that we should look up? What's a good brand?
Vibrators?
Sure.
Okay.
Is there like a Milwaukee of the brands? What's that?
Maybe Doc Johnson. Maybe
Doc Johnson. I don't even know. I don't even know what Doc Johnson is. Let's find it. Doc Johnson. I don't know. We'll see. We'll take a look. Oh shit, that's just dildos. We can't look that up.
Sorry.
Oh, and it crashed the memory in my page. Oh.
Well,
chat.
that's a whole nother.
It crashed chat. Don't be looking that up, guys. Come on now.
Sorry. That's interesting. I think they've got vibrators. I'm looking at one right now.
Oh, here we go. Here's a good. This one's top rated at $11. I'm saying it's a reasonable price point. Let's go $14. We'll share the $14 one. Here you go, guys. I feel like it's a reasonable price point. Oh, it crashed my chat. Fucking stupid YouTube. What's wrong with you?
No battery operated toys. Battery operated toys, very bad. Anything that can die at a vital moment is not good.
I have like too much crap open again. I think that's what's happening. It's getting spicy with me because I have 8,000 windows open. Let's close a bunch of these windows. We don't need these.
Everything is spicy.
Everything's spicy.
Everything is spicy.
We don't need that. Fuck my website. We don't need my website open. What do we need that shit open for? Does anybody even... Nobody even goes there. There's like 4 people a day that go to that website. I bet they're all bots, and they're all just clicking on shit. What the hell is this? We don't need that open. We don't need stable diffusion open. Art list? Are these guys even going to play some music in the background? Let's see. Oh, that's too loud. I'm going to turn that down. Oh, we don't like this. We want like a playlist. Let's see. What's our...
Wow, it aged you terribly. That is cruel.
It always will. Okay, here we go. Here's just a regular... There we go. There's a regular link. We posted it to have said that we posted it. Where's the pop-out chat button? There we go. We crashed it. We crashed it. We had far too many windows open, folks. Well, we do need that one because this is actual design drawing website. Oh, this is the Patreon. If you guys haven't been over to the Patreon, I'm gonna need real quick. I'm gonna need about 10,000 of you to go over there and become patrons real quick, and then I can just go full steam ahead, making fish tank content for you guys. You know? Fuck, there's only 12 people here. God damn it! Every time I need 10,000. Where you at? I don't know where you're at. Speaking of, I don't know where you're at. In football news, the Seattle Football Seahawks have been eliminated from the playoff contention because I'm telling you, they're just like never-ending disappointments this weekend. Trying to watch a couple of football games. Green Bay couldn't manage to beat the Vikings. Ridiculous. The Arizona Football Cardinals. I don't know what's wrong with those kids. They just could not just win that game. That game was 100% winnable, and they should have just won it. And then it came down to last night, the Atlanta Football Falcons. I don't even know what the hell that game was either, because you get down there and you got a 54-yard field goal to win the game. It's in the center of the field. Oh, my God. Just have kicked. He should have just kicked the field goal in. He didn't kick it long enough. You know what I mean? And it's just sad. It's just sad because it was perfectly straight. It just wasn't long enough. Kick it harder. You know what I mean? And, so because of all of those teams just failing to win a game, this weekend's football is going to be hella boring because there's not even a chance that the Seahawks make it by beating the Rams because of all of these insane tiebreakers. Because let's say the Seahawks win this weekend, and you're like, okay, cool. Now they have a tied schedule, or now they're tied as far as wins and losses go. You're like, okay, that's cool. They go through all of the tiebreakers. Eventually, you get down to strength of schedule for the tiebreaker. For some reason, it doesn't go points for and points against, which it seems like every other league in the world does it that way. But no, the NFL gets down to strength of schedule before they get to points for and points against. Because points for and points against, that's really easy to read. It's really easy to go, these guys scored 412 points this year. They only allowed 207, and these guys scored blah, 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 blah. And then you just go the plus minus. Oh, there we go. These guys move on. But no, the NFL can't do that. They have to combine all of the wins and losses of all of the teams that they played throughout the year to then go, well, these guys played harder opponents. And it's just ridiculous. So, so now this weekend's, which, by the way, is the Sunday night football game, because the two teams, if the Seahawks win, they will have the exact same record to win the NFC West. It's the nighttime game, the blockbuster game of the week at the end of the season. They figured out that this is the game that's going to be the most competitive game. Now it's not competitive because they can't figure out how to do the points for and points against. Apparently, is too much maths for them. So instead, they do this super complicated, convoluted system of figuring out all of the wins and losses of all of the teams that they played all year.
Right.
And it's a bummer because I'm telling you, any of those games could have easily been won. The Atlanta Falcons could have won that game. The Arizona Cardinals had no earthly reason to have lost that game. It should make no sense. And like Green Bay was way behind, but then they like scored a bunch in the fourth quarter to bring it within 2 points. So, any of those games could have been won, but they didn't. They just failed. It was just like a cacophony of failure, and it was pretty disappointing, I have to admit. Able to chop wood since it's nicely stacked by other people. That's a decent super chat. We'll hit the. Can I heart it? Oh, I can heart these things. Oh, look at this. I can put hearts on all of the super chats to let you guys know that I heart you for, I guess, giving me money. Which I guess that's sort of how it works nowadays. I mean, it's 2024. It's about to be 2025. I think people just show their love for each other by just giving each other $20, right? Is that how that works now? It seems to be a lot of that going around in Christmas. People just getting, an Amazon card. It's like,
right.
All right, yeah, there you go. All right, there's $100 for you, Uncle Bob. Yeah.
It made you old.
What's that?
Sorry, I'm arguing with AI as I listen. Sorry.
Oh, stop yelling at AI when you're on a phone call.
Well,
we're looking for a level of professionalism here. You're supposed to mute yourself when you're shouting and screaming at the bot.
It's okay.
What?
Now it's made you Liam Neeson and what the hell's his name? Harry, the heavy metal / poet / well, he's not really heavy metal. Oh, whatever.
Cary Grant? I thought you were going to say Cary Grant, but
Harry. No.
Henry Rollins is what you're trying to say?
Henry Rollins. There we go. Thank you. Sorry. I was having a moment.
He's a punk rock guy who took over for Keith Morris, one of the greatest vocalists of all time.
Right.
And did okay. He did okay with Black Flag for a little bit. Arguably, that was kind of the downfall of Black Flag, even though it was the high watermark for Black Flag popularity. But I feel like they would have had a much more successful run if they had kept Keith Morris as their singer. But that's just me and my opinion. So chill out.
Well, all right. There, I sent you some not yet tweaked quote unquote selfies.
We can't have not yet tweaked. Can we? We can't have that, can we?
You can go look at them. You can share them. They're in the green room chat.
Fuck. Now I gotta open the chat, dude.
Sorry. Life's a beach.
Yeah, absolutely none of these even remotely look like me.
No, well, they're made off of you, which is the ironic part.
That makes no sense. Okay. Yeah, these bots are idiots.
The wizards look ish like you. They just made you much older and gave you a full beard.
Yeah, they can't do the not full beard.
Yeah, I don't. No.
They don't like to do that. The bots don't. Oh, I shared with you the Primal Barbecue a while back. Oh, that means I gotta go get some barbecue. Oh my god.
That sounds good.
Go up to Camano Island and eat some barbecue?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Might be a good idea.
Checks.
Yeah, Olivia doesn't go back to school until next Monday. I was gonna say Friday, but what the fuck am I talking about?
On certification day.
On certification day? What's that? What?
Mondays are the 6th. That's when they certify the vote.
Oh yeah, January 6th. Should we riot?
Yes, I feel that we should quietly riot in our living rooms.
Ow, my hand. I left.
We'll see if Mike Johnson is still speaker then, if they're able to do it. That's the current question.
I smacked my hand on the thing when I got up because my foot was asleep. I was sitting on my foot and my foot fell asleep. I had a laser on, a laser level was on in the background, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go turn that off. That's pissing me off. It's probably scaring people's cats if they're watching the stream. If people's cats are watching the stream, they're probably like meow 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 meow, batting their arms around like goofballs. Not to be trusted because they're cats. You know, can't trust them cats. They eat. They eat fish.
Aware.
You know, when you're not paying attention, your cat's gonna jump in your fish tank and eat all your fish. I think that's how that works. Let's ask the bot. Do they have an image for that? Where the hell did my
cat jumping in the fish tank?
Where the hell did my bot tabs go? Oh, here's my bot tab. Okay, here we go. Cat jumping into fish tank to eat all the fish. Period. We've got to turn off the start image setting. There we go. There we go. Let's make, how many iterations should I make? 4?
Sure.
10 credits to make 4 images? What's up? Why is this one so expensive?
You've got it set high to something.
This one's so expensive. I have 6,800 credits, so I think we'll be all right.
Right. Yeah,
Let's go to bolting. Let's go to boltening. Boltening. Boltning. Boltening. Extra large version 1 lightning.
Okay then.
They can't even like use the AI chatbot to make a name for their AI image thing cohesive. You know? Okay, cat jumping into fish tank to eat all the fish. Zipgun's here. He has a very valid point that fish eat the fish. It's true. A fish can't be trusted either. Okay, here's our first iteration from the bot. Okay, here we go. Here we are. Option number 1. Okay, how's this look?
Okay.
Does this look real?
No, of course not.
Is that what a cat would be do? I don't know. Seems pretty dry for being fully submerged in the water. So that's a little awkward. Okay, option number B. This cat's just jumping in front of an aquarium, which this actually looks like an image of that somebody just took of their aquarium because it's got even a door in the background here. So I'm wondering if it just trolled the internet until it found like, oh, here's an aquarium and a door picture, and then here's a picture of a cat. I'll just put this cat on top of it. Okay. All right.
My cat has 3 back legs.
Option number C. Oh, this cat's standing on... This is Jesus cat. Jesus cat standing on the water, under the water. He's not eating the fish, but these fish are above the water. Oh, my God. These fish are flying in the air, but these fish are swimming in the water. But the cat's standing on the water, but it's all underwater somehow. I don't understand. Oh, my God. And there's potted plants under the water. Okay. Okay. Good, good. And option number D as in David. Okay. Okay. Half of a cat is in... Well, I don't even know. I don't understand how this is happening. Okay. So we've got a fish. Looks like a large water glass. Although I might buy this aquarium. If somebody had this aquarium sitting around at their store, I might buy this one. Just because I'd be like, what? That's weird. I'm going to buy it. And I'm never going to put anything in it. How about that? How about I buy this aquarium and just put it on a shelf and never put anything in it? How about that? Would you guys like that? if I made a YouTube video about it, ooh, it would. They would like it. You know what I mean? And it would be so good.
So square and.
So this is option number D, as in David or Dorcas or Dingus, whatever you want to say. Okay, there we go. Well, the bot has once again let us down. Although it did produce something. We don't know. We don't really know what, but it produced, you know? So it must be good because it did a thing, right?
All of my cats have extra legs.
Oh, like a 6 or a 5-legged cat?
Yeah, they have.
It's like a dude with a third leg.
They all have 3 back legs. It is true.
Weird.
Yeah.
Fucking weird, bro.
Shaw. Right. One of them might not. The best of the lot doesn't have that. But.
My back hurts today. Too much shoveling this weekend, you know? I want to say thank you guys for all of your super chats. I'll set an alarm for doing a live stream on Friday. I don't know when, though. I don't know when I'll be able to pull that off. We'll see.
There you go.
Promises kept. It might be a midnight stream.
Cool.
And then what are you going to do?
At least one of us will be there.
Will I? I'll be all like, hey guys,
2.
what's up?
I know, right?
Hey,
we can
bros.
watch you sleep on stream. It'll be novel.
Hey bros, I'm just sleeping.
We can make.
I guess the difference would be is that I wouldn't be like fully inebriated or anything. I'd just be sleeping.
Yeah, you wouldn't be drunk and sleeping.
Yeah.
So the bees. Tell us about the bees.
The bees? What do you mean?
Well, your topic today, one of the things was the bees.
Do you know what bees are?
I do know what bees are.
That's so hot. That's so Raven. Yeah, so the apiary is getting built, and I want to just kind of keep it in the zeitgeist of reminding people that I am recording videos of the bee stuff. We did have one of our hives died completely, and people would say it's really sad, right? Some people would say that. Probably people that have never kept bees before. They'd be like, oh my God, it's so sad. And in a way, it is sad, okay? Not to act like, oh, fuck, it's no big deal, like they're just bugs, right? It is sad that they die, but you have to remember that be nature, right? That be nature,
yep.
They be dying. It happens. For a multitude of reasons, the whole colony will collapse. And it's one of the big reasons why they swarm like crazy in the springtime, right? They make a whole bunch of queens. The queens fight it out. The queens bite each other to death, sting each other to death. Some of them win. And when they win, they take off with half of the fucking hive. They're like, let's go. And then the other bees are like, we're fucking going. Let's go. You know, and then they just take off and they go and they make a hive somewhere else. So that's why spring, it's wild. There's just so much going on with the bees in springtime. They're reproducing like crazy. They're going bonkers. They make queens. There's a whole bunch of interesting stuff going on. And then the rest of the year, they're like hunkering down to hopefully make it through the cold weather and shit. You know, there isn't anywhere for them to get pollen except for like the shit pollen off of evergreen trees and stuff like that. So they're mostly hunkering down. And then especially when it gets cold, they're all going to ball up in a big ball inside the hive and just try to keep the queen warm and stuff. That's basically what they're going to do the whole entire time the winter's going on. They go off in little groups and harvest some of the honey and whatnot, come back, feed it to the queen, eat some for themselves on accident. You know, it's sort of like when your kid's transporting a bowl of ice cream from the kitchen to your couch. Like, let's say you're sitting on the couch and your kid is going to bring you a bowl of ice cream. There's going to be an ice cream tax. Same thing with bees. It's basically just a honey tax while they're delivering honey to the queen during the winter. So they don't feed that much. The bees that are hatched and to go into winter are a air quote winter bee is a great way to put it. They have a super slow metabolism. They're stupid. They can't fly very well. They're idiot winter bees. Their job is just to sit there and vibrate and stay warm. It's basically all they do. And so sometimes when you come into the winter season, you don't have enough of those winter bees to keep the hive warm. When the temperature drops, and when the temperature drops and they can't keep it warm in there, you get a bunch of condensation inside the hive. So now it's getting cold. They're not keeping it warm enough, and there's condensation starting to build up. And the bees that start wandering around the hive to go collect honey, they start getting wet. And when the bee gets wet, they are fucked. It is dead. They're gonna die. It's not gonna work out for them. They cannot handle it, and then they die. And as those bees start to die off, then the rest of the bees aren't staying warm. The rest of the bees get cold. Then they all die off. It's just how it goes. And we honestly suspect that there is somebody was using pesticide in the area, and we think that hive picked up some pesticide because we had like a weird die off of a lot of the late summer bees, in a weird way at a weird time. It just wasn't the time for them to all like do the mass die off, and they were all dying off in a weird location where you wouldn't normally see it. And they were kind of like piled up in a weird spot, which made no sense. So we think that hive also got some pesticide brought into it, which is likely because there are houses around here and neighbors and stuff like that. And it doesn't matter. Whoa. It doesn't matter how much of an APB you would put out to be like, there are bees, don't use this. It's not going to get to everybody. So it's just a fact of how things go. So we've already ordered our replacement. They're called nukes. They're like the nucleus of a hive, essentially. And the way to describe that is a bunch of worker bees, a queen bee in a cage, and they're living in a little small hive. Right. And we have video of opening up our nukes this year. And we'll have video of opening up the nukes we get next year. We will be getting a different type of bee, and I cannot remember the name of it. Type of bee for Western Washington list. Let's see if there's a list and I can find the ones, because we're not... the ones that we had this last year were Italian, and they weren't. Honey. Let's see. See if we can find them. Is it Saskatoon? I'm remembering it as I'm trying to find the list. Hold on.
The favorite name.
Saskatoon honey bee.
Those wacky Canadians.
I think that's right. I'm not even finding them. Saskatoon honeybee. Hold on. Saskatraz? Maybe that's what it is. Saskatraz. Okay, it wasn't Saskatoon, it was Saskatraz. That's these motherfuckers. Saskatraz bees are known for their high honey production, strong wintering ability, and resistance to diseases like varroa mites, making them a good choice for beekeepers in colder climates. However, some potential downsides include slightly less docile temperament compared to other breeds, and occasional difficulty finding replacement queens when needed, which is what it is. Like, you could have problems anyhow.
But
while generally considered gentle, some individuals may exhibit more defensive behavior than other breeds in certain situations, which is that's all honeybees anyhow. Just to give you an idea, there's like probably 5% of the hive, maybe even less than that, that are like Captain Insano bees. and you open the hive, and they just go fucking bananas and come flying at you, and they're much louder. So it's easy to pick out which ones are the dive bombing mayhem
Problem
bees.
children.
Yeah, they're out of control. But it's all hives are like that, so it's not a big deal.
Cool.
So we're going to be getting Saskatraz from our local guy. His name is Tim. He has about 5,000 hives or something. I don't know. He's a cool dude. Maybe I'll interview him sometime and edit a video someday. Which, on a brighter note, as far as editing videos go, things have gotten a little bit brighter on my end of the neck of the woods with the redesign this weekend. Things are working better. I had to fix a whole bunch of shit on that computer and this computer. Although this computer isn't like performing better, it's better configured. That one's performing way better after I sat there and shouted at fucking drivers and stuff like that and lost my mind.
You will render, goddammit.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep, like that. And so it worked out, and it just seems like the workflow is working better with the editing on that computer. It's improving, so we'll see how it goes. Although updating a bunch of shit was crazy because, like, my video editing program that I use, I have a hard copy of it. The DVD player on that computer, the door will not open.
Oh no!
Don't ask me why, because I tried to get it open with the fucking pliers and a
little
screwdriver.
pin and the whole 9 yard. Ah, yeah. Jesus!
And now it just has a red light. It's mad because I probably fucked with the door so much. So I do need to order another DVD player, which it turns out are like, I don't know, $12 on Amazon.
Yeah, they're super cheap.
Hold on. Let's see how much they are. DVDRW PC computer.
Even cheaper if you just do an external, but that's another story. Yeah.
No, and an internal drive. Check this out. Check this out.
$8.
It's $8.35.
Ooh, that was a guess. I hadn't even seen it yet. Sweet.
It's literally like it's worth less than the amount it costs to ship it realistically, right?
That's funny.
That's fucking hilarious. Hey guys, guess what's hilarious? A DVD, a writing, a
rewriting
optical drive. Oh my god, you remember when these were like fucking $500? To drop into your fucking PC computer. Hey, welcome to PC computer. You know, we're going to put in a DVD-RW drive. That's going to be a markup. That's going to be an extra $800 because the installation is $300 and the unit itself is $500. And you don't know how to do that. You don't know how to install it. And it's like fucking...
You don't know how to hook this into the pin.
It's like plug in a ribbon and fucking screw in 4 screws. You know,
yep.
I mean, people were charging that shit back then. I've tried to, my God, man, I have tried to explain to people like how much people were getting like absurdly ripped off, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s with like computer shit and stuff. And they're like, I don't understand, because you talk about like the Silicon Valley PC boom that happened. People have completely erased that happening from their minds. Like people just completely forget it, you know, and it's like, hey bros, that's how we ended up with douchebags like Elon Musk having billions of dollars. Like, it should be in the zeitgeist of people's minds that like, wait a minute, this is one of those Silicon Valley fucks that got a shitload of money for basically doing nothing, right? For basically putting a DVD drive in somebody's PC, right? I mean, people were charging like $500 for that shit back then. Yeah, it's fucking wild, man. People would like, oh, I have to put a new CPU in my computer, and it's like, oh, I better call the tech guy for him to come and install it.
Do it.
You know, like drive out in his van, you know, in his creeper molester van, like full of all sorts of crap.
The unicorn painted on the side.
Oh my God. And charge people like
And
hundreds and hundreds of dollars to fucking unscrew a few screws, put some thermal paste on, and stick the fucking CPU in there. It's unbelievable.
my 70-year-old cousin still does that. Every
Well-
time she calls to ask me a question like, how do I make my cursor come back? The cat walked across the keyboard. I get like a $25 Amazon gift certificate. I'm like, you really don't need to, do that, but okay.
Yeah. Yeah, well, by the way, like one of my old buddies I've known for years and years and years, the reason I do the Russian voice is that he used to work for this Russian networking company back in the 90s. And they
Okay.
would go around and do these networking jobs. Oh, I have a gift card. I have a gift card balance.
Ooh, lucky you. You're a
Fucking
rich man.
sweet. We're going to get a free DVD RW drive because I had a gift card. All right. Fuck yeah. How much was my gift card? Hold on, let's find
I
out.
guess it's a minimum of 25. They usually are.
Your account. Where is the gift card thing? Your orders, your addresses, your payments. Right?
Go to your payments, yeah. And it's down below all the other
Oh, my
stuff
gift
that's
card
on the
balance
bottom.
is $5.40, guys. We're fucking rolling in it, Chiefs. Prepare
Sweet.
yourselves. Did this open a whole new window just to order? Okay, well, let's close that.
35
Orders.
windows and no chat
Okay.
later.
Oh my god, it's getting overnight shipping too, and it was $8. Oh my
Don't
god.
worry. FedEx
Oh.
and UPS can still lose it for you.
Oh my god. So once a year, I order the Philips Sonicare heads for my toothbrush, for my fancy toothbrush, and it is a gut punch because they're like
Oh.
$40, you know.
Right?
But I get 4 heads for $40, so it's like $10 for every 3 months. It's not too bad. And considering
We
like
could take
going,
that out of context later. Go on.
well, it's not necessarily out of context because I was looking at my Amazon account. So
No, I
everyone,
meant 4
you guys
heads
all
for
know.
$40.
You guys all know what I'm talking about, right? Because you guys could see what I was looking at, right?
Exactly.
Anyhow, I just got the order this morning, and I was like, "Oh my god, $40! Like, what the hell's going on here? Oh crap, toothbrush heads." But considering how well,
Your dentist appointment went.
they all go now, you know, because like I brush my teeth, like they've been going this well for a long, long time. Let's be clear, probably like 15 years or so.
Sweet.
But it's like I brush my teeth and I floss all the time, and I brush my teeth all the time, and they're just like, yeah, it's great, it's all good. Like the hygienist, I think I'm not saying she was trying to make out with me because that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that like a hygienist was probably like, yeah, not bad, I might make out, you know, which that's pretty rare. You got to have a pretty clean ass mouth, is what I'm saying, for a hygienist to be like, yeah, all right, I don't mind digging around in your mouth hole, you know, which I would say probably is probably the 10 percentile. You know what I mean? The rest of them, it's probably like, oh my god, what is going on with this guy's gingivitis?
Sure. It's good.
I'm building auto blackworm feeders for my fish right now. That's pretty cool. Should we make a video about it tomorrow? I'm going over to Alyssa's house tomorrow to help her fill in the hole in her house that we made last week.
Oh, her Minecraft hole.
She has it's my style too. You know, you just make a giant hole.
Well, she took a picture of that, and it looked like it made me want to put a Minecraft ladder down it. It had that same view that she took. Hey, it's Mike Kirkpatrick. Sorry.
It is Mike Kirkpatrick. What's up, buddy? He's here. He's here for the bee content. We better stick to the bee content then. Do bees make honey? Did anybody know that? Yeah. So we had some downsides with our bees. So far, one of our hives is still overwintering. They seem to be doing well. One of the real downsides to like overwintering your bees is like you can't just be opening them all the time to figure out what's going on in there, because the bees want to keep it at about 94 degrees where the bees are. And as you could understand, it takes a lot of they burn a lot of calories to keep it that warm in there. And so the last thing you want to do is like open the top and let all the heat out, right? You really don't want to be doing that in the winter. So it is sort of a fingers crossed. We have enough resources in there for them to make it. And hopefully they do. Worst case scenario, we've already ordered our nukes for the early spring. And yeah, we will have those coming in. And I think we ordered, I want to say 3. I think that we ordered 3 nukes. Overall, our plan is to have 5 hives, although Tim, our bee guy, was like, you should have 10. He was like, you should have minimum of 10. And we're like, what the minimum of 10, bro? Like, come on, you know? And he was like, well, you could do less, I guess, but that's just not a good idea. I'm like, okay, fuck.
Loser if you do less.
You know, and initially, like, my thought in response to that was, well, then we should just do 10. But then Vicky was like, 10? What are you talking about? What are we going to do? How are we going to deal with 10? So, yeah, I mean, we're going to get in 3. We have 1. They're going to split. So we'll try to split and manage the splits and do that. My hope is that the bees are like prolific enough that we're sort of forced to do 10. That's my thought, but don't tell Vicky about that. Don't tell Vicky about that part, because the last thing I want to do is tell her what I'm actually thinking inside my mind space in the dark area.
I'll never hear it from YouTube, I'm sure.
She won't. She never watches this. I could literally get on here and just talk about Vicky all day, and she would never even know that we did. You know?
Okay.
She would never know.
I believe you. You would know.
Why don't you believe me?
I just can't understand.
Are you calling me a fibber?
I am. Fibber McGee.
I'm not fibbing. I'm not Fibonacci.
Okay. Sure, you say that now.
I'm not Fibonacci Al Greco, okay? It's not me. It's another guy.
Oh, you're going all international on us now. I see how it is.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Oh, I do. Are you gonna? What's with the fresh collabs?
What's that?
Said what's with the fresh collabs?
Collabs? What the fuck are you talking about?
Collaborations. I'm reading this guy's AI wrote a lovely description of today's live stream.
Yeah. Well, it does make sense because I'm trying to collaborate with some other international people. I'm trying to do that, and we're going to see how well it works out in 2025, because 2025 is coming. So it's always good to like touch base on that a little bit. I really do want to make a convention this year, like oh my god, this thing is stuck together. There we go. What am I thinking of? The one in the Netherlands. I want to try to make
Vivarium?
Yeah, I want to try to make Vivarium this next coming year. You know, not necessarily like at all cost, because that doesn't make any sense. You know, I'm wondering how this year is going to go. I have a big contract that's probably going to take me away from the internet for the next couple months. You know, I will continue to be home for Mondays and continue to do like Monday streams, but I really don't know. I might be living off on location working for the next couple months. It's a pretty big project, and it would be a decent amount of money to just at least be able to exist and pay up bills and stuff like that, to be able to do certain content that I want to do, like, you know, getting more fish content, doing more nature content, doing stuff like that. So we'll see like how it goes. You know, it's a big project that's already like the contract's already like penciled, you know, and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of like figuring out budgets and stuff right now is the stuff that we're dealing with. So that's already going to happen, and it is happening. And I'm familiar with the commute because it's a very long commute from where my house is. So, like I said, chances are I'm just going to be working, sleep on location, get up, work, go to sleep, work, you know, kind of thing, and then come back home and just see how burnout I am for, you know, YouTube and making, you know, fish content or any content for that matter. So, but these are the really good months to do that because it's the full winter, you know, so it's incredibly difficult to work outside and get a ton of the stuff done. So my interpretation is that like January, February, and probably, you know, 2 to 3 weeks into March, probably 2 weeks into March are going to be pretty occupied with, you know, me being like, oh man, I'm fucking working on plumbing and hanging tile, you know, whatever, for the next couple months. It's kind of just gonna be that way. But we do have like a ton of projects here, like the apiary. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I don't know, something like 20 new garden beds that are all 3 feet by 6 feet, 3 feet by 7 feet. I forget. I don't know. We have a bunch of garden beds. A bunch of them are done and full. We dismantled a hill out of the yard that was in the way of getting most of that set up. So we're going to be doing the irrigation on that. We're going to be fucking around with the well that I found. I don't ever think I ever even put the video out of finding the well. So we had a little shed on the property here that turned out it to be a pump house. Nobody knew because it was covered up. They had covered it up with plywood and sheetrock and just acted like it was a shed. Turns out, once I removed that because it was infested with rats for probably 20 years, I was like, what the fuck is going on in here? And, there was rats living all up in the walls and stuff for however long. Didn't find any live ones. It seemed like they had all been dead, long since departed for whatever reason. Maybe they just ate all of the food and moved on. But then it turned out there was a well underneath that shed that does have water in it. And it had a blown out pump and everything that was all fucked up and broken and not working anymore. So, and another pump that was broken and completely shot, just hidden behind the sheetrock and plywood
and dead rats.
So yeah, it was a pretty interesting find, and it does have water in it, and it's going to work for the irrigation. So we're going to use that for irrigating all of the outside, all of those farm beds and everything. So we do have a bunch of stuff coming up this year that we're going to be doing. But as you guys know, like Vicky was laid off from her work. They closed that whole entire department. So she's on severance for, 9 months or something crazy like that. But she has a bunch of pay, but she's already gone to interviews and a bunch of other things. So we don't really know what her work is going to look like. If she's going to be working remote, if she's going to be working up in a building that she's got to drive into every day, who knows? I don't know what's going to happen with that. So things are pretty flux, and we're going to see how it shakes out. I don't know. And on top of it, the United States has elected an absolute fucking insane person to be the president, and that shit is just actively imploding as we speak on Twitter and Facebook and Truth Social or Trump Social, whatever he calls it. He can't even pronounce his own thing. So yeah, and it's to a degree that, like, I don't think a lot of people are really comprehending, like, how incomprehensibly insane this new administration is going to be. It's going to be a level of fuckery that I don't think people are really comprehending at this point. And I think even from the standpoint of the people that voted for Trump are starting to realize like how insane they actually are. And they aren't even in office yet. And it's unfortunate because a lot of Americans have been seriously brainwashed and duped by essentially like a billionaire class to convince you that somehow somebody with $6 billion in the bank has your best interests at heart, when every other thing that they do every single day that they exist is at the detriment of your life and your well-being, right? All they do is categorically extract and ruin not only the economy, but the environment and society all at the same time. They're doing all three of those as we speak, and it's going to get profoundly worse. There are people that are actively in that administration that believe that it was an accident, that it was a giant mistake that women were allowed to vote, and they're like openly talking about it, right? So we're at a level right now that we're going to be under a level of stress that the United States has never seen before, and it's from the inside, right? We have a new president that has actively been recruited by Russia in order to do Russia's will, right? Putin has managed to trick our feeble-minded new president that somehow they're friends, and whenever he tells him something, it's obviously true, and it's going to be good, right? And it's easily illustrated by the fact that Trump is currently battling that he says he's going to take over the Panama Canal. He says he's going to take over Canada. He says he's going to take over Greenland. This is all categorically insane, but the strange part of it is that like that's all at the behest of the benefit of Russia. That, I mean, it all ties back to benefiting Putin, who has invaded another sovereign country in Ukraine and waged war against them for the last 2 years, and somehow Americans are like, yeah, that's fine. I don't understand it. I do not understand. It seemed to me that like the last one of the last legs that America had on the world stage was, at the very least, we were known to be actively protecting other countries that couldn't protect themselves, or at the very and then we'd come home and say like, we're protecting democracy. That's what you would hear all the time. We're protecting democracy, you know, which in reality, I don't think is necessarily at the top of the list of those people. Is actual democracy. I think realistically what they were protecting was business interests, but more often than not, it would fall in line with American Western liberal ideals. Small L, right? American liberal, that's us. Western liberals, that's us, right? At the very least, those economic standards would generally go in line with Western standards, right? But at this point, I think it's pretty clear on the international stage that those priorities are no longer at the top of the list of America writ whole, right? Like as a country, you know, the United States as a country is no longer that's no longer at the top of the list of priorities, right? And so we're headed down a road here that could be categorically just leading to World War III. We could be leading to just throwing out the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution, just throwing them and the Bill of Rights and just throwing them right in the trash, and apparently just becoming some other part of Russia, I guess. I don't know. And all of my planning, all of my preparation, all of my this is what I should do coming into the year 2025, because this economic thing and that economic thing and the bills and the this and the that and the other thing might all just be a big giant waste of time for having even thought that I was going to somehow be able to figure out exactly what we should and or shouldn't do coming into 2025. So I do have a lot of thoughts on like content. I do have a lot of things that I'm intending on putting out. I think I realistically am going to start leaning into a lot of short form content where I'm just going to be putting up short videos and whatnot. I mean, especially because TikTok's going to go away. So of course, where are you going to go for your short form content, right? So I think I'm going to be probably leaning into that quite a bit coming into the next year, because then it'll be a chance to be able to get more like quick fire stuff out to people that doesn't require a whole lot of like editing necessarily, and pre-planning, and project money, and then time to work on the project and this and that. So I'll probably be leaning into that like a little bit over the next year. I think realistically, it's probably going to be sort of the best avenue, I think, to be engaging necessarily with a lot of the people like on YouTube that I have built up a relationship with over the year, over the years. And I think the unfortunate side is that there's a large portion of fish keepers that have somehow they've either been convinced or utterly like brainwashed the entirety of their lives that they are air quote like a conservative, or they believe in adult Santa Claus, aka Jesus, and all this like weirdness, that they've been convinced by other people that this stuff is all real. That at any point in time that you meet somebody like me that says fuck and shit, I look different, I have tattoos, I he has a weird beard, oh, he's kind of gruff and grouchy or whatever, or I kind of say what's on my mind or whatever, that has led to a lot of like the fish keeping community to sort of be like this pearl clutching weirdness, right? Over the years, and it's driven off a lot of people because they're like, I don't want to hear about you talking about politics and this and that and the other thing. So I think realistically, it's probably beneficial for me to lean into the short form political content, because we'd probably want to start dragging some of those people in, right? And it seems to me that the way to sort of drag people in that way is the short form content, because the algorithm is easy. It's a lot easier for the algorithm to pick up on 45 seconds of you talking about how, Donald Trump's an incompetent leader, right? It's able to pick up on that, and it can feed that out to people, because I would definitely like to, be somebody at the forefront of a more actively progressive fish keeping community, I guess, would sort of be the way to put it. I know a lot of religious people that are actually progressive, because they actually read the book that's based on another book, which is, kind of funny. That book that was based on the other book, from, do you know that book is based on another book?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. The Bible comes from the Torah, because, there it is.
And I know a lot of like religious progressives, because they actually read that book and they go like, yeah, I'm down with the actual ideals that are in this. And that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do with my life, right? Like that's how I want to operate and exist within life. And the unfortunate side is that these moneyed religious groups get involved and start convincing people that the gays are going to burn in hell. They're all sinning and doing this and doing that. Somebody that has a child out of wedlock, you know what we should do? We should send the daughter off to imaginary summer camp, and then have the kid shipped off to adoption, instead of having the daughter stay with the mother, because apparently there's an imaginary like Santa Claus type character who lives up in the sky, who doesn't actually like affect anything on the earth, except he is all powerful and all knowing and all of that, but yet doesn't use any of that power to ever like do anything actively or positively to the earth, strangely enough. But weirdly, those moneyed religious groups that have organized themselves very similar to the corporations that we're all battling against as fucking blue collar peons down here, right? Have managed to convince a large group of people that it's the other that's coming to get them, that all the sinners are the reason that everything bad ever happens, and the reality is that the sinners are people who have touched genitals, right? Two consenting people have touched their genitals together, and now Santa Claus is going to come down from the sky, and he's going to send you to an eternity of imaginary bad place, right? And yet, strangely enough, they're not even doing any of the charity that they say that they claim to be doing, right? Lady Guinevere is here. I haven't seen Lady Guinevere in a really long time. It's good to see you. I was trying to type out a message for some time to say that. It's an almost constant source of anxiety and worry. I feel like I can't just ignore it and live my life because of the impact it can and will likely have on me, especially as a woman. Honestly, that is fundamentally the problem, is that there are a lot of Americans right now that are just walking around going, well, you know, I'll just weather the storm for the next 4 years. I'll just, you know, like, fuck. Just going to keep living my life and keep doing my thing. And unfortunately, like, that's what got us here. You know, once again, 100 million people, like, just didn't fucking vote in the U.S. again. It happened again, you know.
My fucking generation.
The current, like, influential people in media and whatnot have managed to convince an utterly cultish, like, group of people that everyone's their enemy, everyone is bad. Somehow the U.S. government is bad, but it's also good at the same time. It's weird because I listen to these media programs where these pundits will go on and convince you and try to convince people that leftists are now for war. And the conservatives used to be the ones that were for war. And I will 100% say, if it's the case that the leftists are somehow for war now, and you said, well, let's go talk to the conservatives and say we're going to cut $500 billion from the defense fund. Let's say that. Let's go cut $500 billion from the discretionary spending against our defense fund, right? Who do you think would oppose that? Which political party would oppose cutting $500 billion from defense?
Let me think about
just a thought, just a little thought experiment. Just a little thought experiment. Do you think
blood red, right? Blood red?
Right.
Not blue bloods, but blood red. Yeah. Yes.
Do you think it's the group of people that are going on to, you know, publicly broadcasting their message that they're going to deport 20 million people, right? Do you think that political party is the one who is going to cut defense spending?
The ones who may somehow figure out a way to wrest Panama away from the canal.
Do you think the political party that is already claiming that they're going to invade Canada and make it the 51st state, which, by the way, I've heard that from quite a few people already. Do you think it's the party that's claiming they're going to just take Greenland? Do you think it's the political party that is going to just take the Panama Canal because we helped build the Panama Canal? They're just going to take it?
Meanwhile, Puerto Rico's like, Why can't we be 51st?
Right.
I don't understand.
When we already have U.S. territories that are currently lobbying to be the 51st state and are already parts of the United States. We're talking about Washington, D.C. We're talking about Puerto Rico. How about fucking Guam? How about Guam?
Exactly.
How about fucking Guam? Just make Guam the 51st state. Move on from this round number of 50, because who gives a shit? It's arbitrarily a round number. It's not even 100. 100's a round number, right?
Yep.
Make 100 states, fine. That's cool. But what I was talking about was which political party is already talking about invading other countries and taking over other countries. It's certainly not the Democrats. Do you think that the fucking progressives are out there saying, "Hey, let's invade Mexico"? Have you ever heard a progressive person say, "Let's invade blah blah blah"? Right? No, it's never fucking happened. But if you go listen to fucking Ben Shapiro, if you go listen to fucking even Joe Rogan now, right? These motherfuckers go on the airwaves and talk about how the Democrats are the ones for war. The Democrats aren't the ones for war. The Democrats are for funding a country to defend itself. And fundamentally, these fucking shitbirds go online and start talking about, well, see, the Democrats are for war. Obviously, that's what fucking are. You know, I used to get punched in the head professionally, so I'm the guy you want to listen to right now. I'm definitely the guy. I'm definitely the guy that smokes weed, takes mushrooms, goes up on stage, talks about taking LSD and can't figure out fucking dolphins, right? Can't figure out dolphins because he's on too many drugs on a boat in Hawaii. That's the guy who you're going to get your political take from, right? Who actively touts and breaks Texas law by smoking marijuana in his studio over and over and over again, and then talks about the rule of law is somehow important to people. Somehow the rule of law is super important to Texas. The governor of Texas, the rule of law. Let's put fucking razor wire all over the place so that fucking little kids get stuck trying to get across a river, right? Let's do that. Meanwhile, one of your, Joe Brogan's here, and they're doing drugs. And they're broadcasting it onto the fucking airwaves and laughing about it. And just laughing in your face because they don't give a fuck about law. They don't give a fuck about rules. They don't give a fuck about order, any of that shit. It's pure chaos and extracting money all the time. Non-stop, 24 hours a day, extracting money. I literally fucking listened to a debate earlier where people were trying to defend these healthcare companies, because it is mandated that healthcare companies, yes, have to pay out 80% of the money that they take in, right, in premiums. The money they take in, they have to pay out 80% of it.
Right.
It's a federal law, which, by the way, will probably be gone in the next couple of weeks. And when I say next 5 weeks from now, probably take them about a week or two to figure out how to just eliminate any regulation over any business that's extracting money from people that, by the way, are forced to use that system of healthcare, because healthcare is not a fucking option. You dumb sons of bitches, right? It's not an option. You don't have an option. You have a broken leg. You could be like a deer and just lay down on the ground and all the other deer walk away and you just lay there and fucking die on the ground. You could go and be a deer if you fucking want. I'm not. I'm a human. And when other humans get hurt, I try to help and fix them. I'm not a doctor, but a ton of people have dedicated their entire lives to figuring out how to heal that fucking broken bone in that goddamn person's leg. And yet there's this third party that, oh, hey, we're going to collect all this money and then we have pay out 80% of it. Okay, so first off, let's talk about the fact that they get to keep 20% of the fucking money. But let's also talk about the fact that they get to keep your premiums for the entire fucking year that they have them, invest them, use that money to fucking make more money while they hold on to it, right? The money that they make isn't part of your premium, but they can use your premium to make money with it. And by the way, some of the healthcare companies went out of fucking business doing that shit because they were speculating on goddamn properties. They were speculating, investing in real estate and shit, and they lost their ass.
Yep, they were buying,
and the money that they were using to do it was your fucking premiums, right?
Yep.
They didn't just conjure money out of their fucking asshole. No, they collected money as we're doing business. Then they took that money and speculated on property, right? Somebody asked me, where the fuck did Group Health go? Group Health was a big company, a big non-for-profit company. They speculated on a bunch of real estate and they lost their ass on it and had to sell themselves, right?
Yep.
And they go, well, that's all legal. Okay, dude, fuck. Right and wrong and legal and illegal are two different things. And by the way, that's why Joe Rogan smokes drugs on his fucking show and the governor of Texas is totally fine with it.
Yep.
Right? He's totally cool with these guys doing drugs all up in Texas, flying in to come in and do a bunch of drugs with Joe Rogan and then fly out. Just fly out of town. Dude, who cares? Who cares? Well, why would we care? That guy, he's a funny guy. Oh, you mean the fucking UFO retard that he had on there the other day? Just spouting nonsense while they're all on drugs? Well, you know what that podcast is worth? At least $500 million. It's a wonder. I don't know.
God help you if you get pulled over in your 98 Tercel or,
right.
I'm sorry, 88 Tercel joint.
You get pulled over with a fucking dime bag in your car in Texas, and you're going to go to fucking prison for 20 years because you got to work for 12 cents an hour for the fucking Texas prison system, right?
And we got to break those rocks.
They're not motivated to put Joe Rogan in fucking jail because he's not going to labor for 12 cents an hour, right?
Right.
Didn't Jesus die for our sins? So did Harry Potter. Okay. So did Harry Potter. Because guess what? Everybody's been telling the fucking Jesus story forever. And by the way, Harry Potter is the fucking Jesus story. It's the same
Jesus story.
It's the same fucking stupid thing. He died and then he came back to save us. People have been saying that for 5,000 years. There was a guy, he died, and he's back to save us. Oh, really? Yeah. And as a middle-aged woman, it's even worse. Yep. It's crazy. I was shocked and sadly not at the same time that Trump was elected again. I don't know. No one could prove that he didn't. No one could prove to me that he didn't fucking steal the election. And by the way, they've been saying that for the last 4 or 5 years, right? Or 4 years. So I'm going to say it too. I guess they stole it. They stole it.
Well, but when you say it, it's obviously not true.
Right.
Because Trump would never do anything like that.
No, he actively does that. He won't even admit. I mean, that's what he does. That's actively what he does. That's what he does every day. That's what he's been doing every day. He's been doing it in public. It's fine for him. It's fine for me. I don't think he's going to take anything. He needs outrage and shock. Who? I don't know who. I forget who that was about. The argument could be made that the defense fund isn't for war as long as we use it for defense only. So the Department of Defense used to be called the Department of War, and in the 50s, was it 1951, they renamed it to the Department of Defense so that people would look more kindly on it. But it is the Department of War. That's what it's for. Department of War renamed USA. I think it was 51. Yeah, the United States Secretary of War, a member of the United States Cabinet, head of the War Department. The National Security Act of 1947 established the National Military Establishment, later renamed the United States Department of Defense, renamed it to the United States Department of Defense. It used to be called the Department of War. This is what the Department of Defense is. They simply renamed it so that when you were born, the only thing you ever heard was the Department of Defense. And then you would go, oh, it's the Department of Defense. It's the United States of America War Office. This is it. The Department of the Army, the United States. The Department of the War Office. Right here is their seal.
Yep.
It was always the Department of War until 1951 and the McCarthy era, where strangely enough, they started doing shit like renaming things so that people would think, "Oh, well that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing." Cuz look, the name, guy, bibbity boppity, bibbity scoobity boo, and then they would wander around. "Hey, cool cat. Let's smoke lots of cigarettes. Hey, we could smoke all the cigarettes. How many cigarettes you got?" And then they would smoke them
I feel
all.
like I'm in a West Side Story episode. Okay.
Yeah. Conservative rhetoric has always been far more violent than the left ever was. How do people even believe that the left is for violence when that garbage comes up? Because they're not critically thinking about anything. They're being told some bullshit by these fucking con artists like Charlie Kirk, right? Who is Charlie Kirk? Go look up his history. Where did he come from? He's a paid-for actor by a goddamn billionaire who has propped this fucking weird mutant up on stage to fucking go up and just lie his ass off to people. Like these dipshits like from PragerU. What is his name? Dennis fucking... What's his name? Dennis... PragerU Dennis... What the fuck is his stupid name? Dennis Prager. Okay, well, go figure. I mean, I'm fucking stupid too. But like these clowns like Dennis Prager, go look up any of the fucking debates that this guy has had with any fucking leftist out there. A good example would be go look up him talking to Destiny and the fact that he's just a profoundly muttering buffoon who can't back up any of the fucking bullshit that he talks about. He goes into these fucking wild rants where he's talking complete and utter nonsense to go 8 miles away from the thing that they were talking about to obfuscate from the fact that there is no foundation to his fucking belief system. It is all fucking bullshit. It is bullshit to trick fucking idiots that live in Kansas that, oh, look, he knows what he's talking about. Oh, you know what we should do? We should have a book burning on Friday. You know what we should do? Oh, I don't know. Let's go down to the abortion clinic and fucking scream at people. What? This is how you want to spend your fucking weekend? Yeah, okay.
To Guinevere's question, the answer is, part of the answer is, they are willing to believe everyone will do what they'll do.
Lady Guinevere says, my oldest brother listens to Joe Rogan. I wish he would pick up Hassan or something. I mean, Hassan Piker is the biggest streamer on Twitch, and I understand he has a huge name. He's the biggest streamer on Switch, or the biggest streamer on Twitch. He's a fucking tanky and a hack. And now his uncle, the fucking new Turks, or the Young Turks, have suddenly... I don't know how strangely, after the last fucking 15 years of them supposedly being progressives, are all of a sudden conservatives, strangely enough. I don't know. Here we are in the world of fucking Trump, where Cenk Unger goes to Turning Point USA events to do speaking engagements with people, where he goes up there and he goes, oh, look, people are booing Mitch McConnell, you know, look, these must be my people. They're booing Mitch McConnell. But fundamentally, the reason that they are booing Mitch McConnell is that Mitch McConnell doesn't fully support Donald Trump and lick the bottom of his shoes. Because these people are in a fucking cult. They're booing the slightest little bit of pushback they're getting from the conservative party that still exists, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's fucking nonsense. They're not booing Mitch McConnell because they don't want a warmonger. They don't want austerity measures to every fucking social program that ever existed, which is why Kentucky is at the bottom of the list of fucking any of, whether education, healthcare outcomes, whatever the fuck you want to go, Kentucky is at the bottom of the list, and they are sucking up the most federal dollars per capita because, guess what? The economy there sucks, the healthcare there sucks, the education there sucks, and that's because of Mitch McConnell and the Conservative Party. And these dipshits are all hanging on the coattails of old Donnie Trump, who is going to do the exact same thing to the United States that Mitch McConnell has done to Kentucky. So if you want to live in 50 states of Mississippi and Kentucky, that's where we're going to be in the next fucking few years because of this dipshit grift that is constantly going on with motherfuckers like Tim Pool sucking up millions of Russian dollars to produce the insane bullshit that guy has been putting up on YouTube for the last fucking 10 years. Yep. Like, the reason I don't like Hassan Piker is that he is a fucking tanky, okay? Do you want to live in a communist world where Hassan Piker is the one who controls all of the fucking money because he's a rich fuck who doesn't live any of the shit that he talks about? He's a fucking grifter, he's a liar, and he's like doing populist bullshit on saying that like, oh, well, look, communism will solve everything. He's a tanky idiot and doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about half the time, if not more than half of the time. And the fact that everyone else that he was associated with that propped him up in his early years, them already having a media company, are all of a sudden, oh, we're basically just conservatives now, after fucking 10 years of sucking in all this money from all of these groups that are hoping that they would have a beneficial input. And yet one of the hosts had an unfortunate incident at the park where we still don't even really know what happened, but apparently she was sexually assaulted by somebody at a park. So now she's a Republican or whatever, and all of a sudden going on every single talk show to be like, this is why I left the left, okay? Which is total horse shit, right? Because this is generally what happens with every NIMBY motherfucker in this goddamn country, that if anything is ever going to happen to your neighborhood, whether it be a new shelter being built, apartments being built, a new fucking bike lane being built. Oh, where am I going to park my car? Every NIMBY fucking idiot in this goddamn country that refuses to allow development for the benefit of a better basic society, aka your neighborhood, to have a walkable neighborhood, to have fucking things like clinics and restaurants and grocery stores and shit. Nope. You know what we need? We need gas stations, convenience stores, and a fucking Arby's, you know? Ah, there we go. Right. Welcome to the neighborhood restaurant where we got the meats and cheese sauce, and it's on a bun, and that's your fucking, cram that in your meat hole, okay? Eat that up, but don't worry, there's no hospitals or anything around, because now your heart is all fucked from eating nothing but meat and cheese and bread, because all we have is a goddamn Arby's and a Taco Bell and fucking 16 gas stations, far as the eye can see. Gas stations for days. Okay, we've got gas stations everywhere. We don't have a sidewalk. We don't have a bike lane. Nope. We don't have a fucking bus. You can't ride a bus. You can't ride a train. You can't do any of that shit. You know what you got to do? You got to go out into traffic, wander around out there, pay an insurance company so you have insurance on your fucking vehicle. Also, got to pay to maintain your vehicle all the time. And by the way, the car companies are making your car so that your vehicle won't last probably longer than 10 years before the thing completely falls apart. So then you got to go take out a bank loan to get another goddamn car so you can drive it around just so you can go up to a fucking Winco or Costco or whatever stupid fucking grocery store is 10 miles goddamn down the road, because you can't have a local store anymore because gas stations are everywhere. Gas stations are in every spot that there could be a local store. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. We can't have a market because we need more gas stations, baby. We need a gas station everywhere that's filled with fucking pieces of plastic that will never biodegrade, that have food in it that's made of plastic. We got plastic inside the plastic, then you eat the plastic, then you throw the plastic out the fucking window because there are no social services around. We can't have any garbage cans. We can't have any recycling programs. We can't have fucking sidewalks. We can't have bus lanes. We can't have bike lanes. We can't have any of that shit. But just you wait. We're going to build another suburban area where the infrastructure is so expensive, it can't even take care of itself. Whoa, wonder of wonder, miracle of miracles. You'll be living the American dream where you're paying for a bank loan on a goddamn building for the next 60 fucking years because you got to refi the goddamn thing before you ever even get a chance to pay it off. And welcome to the cycle of ridiculous America, where you're being poisoned in the front, you're being poisoned from the top, you're being poisoned into your fucking ears, you're being poisoned everywhere you fucking go, and then wonder why are our health outcomes so bad? Why are the life expectancy going down? I don't know. Why is it going down? I don't know. Did you pledge allegiance to the flag this morning? Because you fucking sure should have. You should have just fucking Sieg Heil, the fucking American stars and bars. And then the next thing you know, what will happen? Oh, well, we'll just drop some bombs on anybody who has anything to fucking say about it. Or, guess what? We found a dime bag in your car. Now you get to go to prison and be a laborer for the next 10 years.
Where, by the way, everyone else is going to have to pay for you on top of whatever else they're paying for. Please enjoy your stay.
This is how America, okay? And we're just going to keep doing it forever. And we're just going to hope, beyond hope, at some point that, oh, maybe it'll all just figure itself out. There is no fucking figuring it out. We all just die in the hole. We all just die in the fucking ground. Then what happens? They go, there's just a guy. He's dead in the ground. There's a piece of rock over here. It's somebody chiseled into it. What does it say? It says, oh, dipshit McGee, dead. Okay. And then we just keep wandering off and looking up into the sky with our mouths open, hoping we don't drown because it's raining. And we can't even figure out what to do about it anymore. What do? I don't know. My mouth is filling with water. Yeah. I mean, it's fundamentally like, this is why America is becoming the way that it is. This cycle of insanity is coating itself and continuing to grow like a snowball of all of these people compressed into the inside of it that don't have time to reach their hand out and fucking vote. They can't vote. They don't have time. Do you understand how many insurance companies you need to pay every month? We need to go. I mean, I was looking at the statistic the other day. They were trying to say that the American median household is making $72,000 a year is the median income now. But if you eliminate, if you eliminate the billionaires, a year median income minus the, which by the way is about 1,000 people or 1,100 people in the United States. But once you start to take out the billionaires' incomes, suddenly the median wage drops from 72,000 to 62,000. If you take out the top 10% of that, it drops to 62,000 a year. If you take out all of the billionaires, it drops down to where was the number? I think it drops down to 48,000 a year. I'll need to find it. I don't know. I would have to find it. Oh, 56,000. Yep. It gets even worse. It gets even worse if you start to take out the top 5% earners. If you take the top 5% of all earners out, it suddenly gets more and more insanely bad. It gets into like the 30,000s. And you're like, "Oh, so when we're talking about the median household income, you're including all of the billionaires' income." Okay. And it just falsely inflates the numbers so that it sounds like, oh, America's doing good. Look at that. Everybody's getting them. Oh, my God. Lady Guinevere is a member again.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many members we have at this point. I haven't looked it up in a long time because it's sad. It makes me sad. I'm not looking it up. We're just going to leave it at 61 and feel good about it. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a live stream on Friday. So today's $50 worth of income. We take out YouTube's revenue. which on my account, I think is 20%. I think it might be higher than that. Who the fuck knows? I think it's 20%. So we'll take that off the top. Okay. So the 50 goes down to 40, but I think it's higher than that. But either way, let's just say it goes down to 40. So today we made $20, and then on Friday we'll make $20, and then we take out 39% for independent business tax. Although this will be qualified to the year of 2024, so we probably have to leave this income into in 2024. So we'll have to figure that out. I don't know what to tell you. We'll have to figure that out. I've admitted it on here before that like I would be happy. I would be happy to stream like 6 hours a day or whatever, just as a job, if it was financially feasible. And the downside is that it's currently not financially feasible for me to attempt that. I attempted it in the past. If you guys go way back into the Wayback Machine and find the early days of me streaming, I was streaming every single day for, I don't know, a year or a year and a half or something. I don't know. I forget how long it was. It was quite a while. And we tried it then. And I don't think it's a great time to try it now. I have a lot more bills now than I used to. So trying to do a stream every day and just hope that that people can afford it is kind of scary. It's a little overly scary and a little overly ambitious, I think, at this point, to just assume that it'll work out. Or maybe it's too faith-based, I guess, would be kind of a way to put it. But yeah. In my opinion, the fact is people want to believe in something, anything. The thought of us sitting on a globe in the middle of the universe scares the shit out of everyone who search for safety and comfort said to exist. I think that you are correct. My argument with that would be is how would you feel about it if you were taught from an early age the existence of religion is not a thing, right? So if we sort of go around the Western world, if we go Australia, and then we come up, and then we kind of go through some of South America, and then we go up through Mexico, and then we go up through the United States into Canada, and then we go up into the UK, and then we come down, and we go through Portugal, Spain, and France, and Belgium, and Germany, and blah, blah, blah. And we just keep going through all the Western countries because I'm going to start getting confused pretty soon. Let's say we go through all of the sort of westernized countries, right? If those countries had been raising their children from a standpoint of there used to be a thing that people used to believe in. They used to believe in this book, and they used to believe in a lifelong Santa Claus belief that there's an imaginary spaghetti monster in the sky who's going to either punish you or not punish you, or some of them say that you're going to get riches and rewards if you give a random guy money, for instance. And they used to say, hey, these are a thing. And we would all encourage everyone to have sort of a faith-based existence, that we have a faith in humanity, we have a faith in the natural world, like the fact that gravity exists, like gravity hasn't given up on us yet, the fact that there's an amazing beauty, the fact that there is a form of miracle that exists, right? In the fact that you plant a seed in the ground, you put some water on it, it starts to grow. Oh my God, it's insane, right? And you have all of these beautiful examples of how amazing the world is, like the fact that water sublimates. Water evaporates when it's frozen in ice, right? If it didn't do that, this world wouldn't exist. Humans wouldn't exist. Cows wouldn't exist. Trees wouldn't exist. None of this shit would work if water didn't sublimate. And when I say that, it's that water evaporates off of the poles, okay? Otherwise, over millions of years, all of the ice would just be sitting on the ends of the planet, and we wouldn't have a fucking ocean or a lake or clouds or any of that shit. We'd just have two big balls of ice on a wobbly ass planet, right? But because water sublimates, you could call that a miracle, right? If you wanted to call that a miracle, and you know what you could do? You could test it. You could show children, hey, look how this works. Look how this works. We're going to do an experiment. We're going to show you how this works. And you go, holy shit, isn't this fucking crazy? Isn't it crazy amazing that we have this one thing? We have this one thing that if it didn't exist, we would be fucked beyond all recognition, a.k.a. FUBAR, right? Hey, kids, do you know what FUBAR means? We would have that if water didn't sublimate. And if we were teaching kids the amazing wonders of all of the things that are going on in this world, right? Every single day we were teaching them those things, and we were giving them a chance to embrace the amazing things. And even for people like Joel Gillett, who are obsessed with accounting numbers and putting the numbers into the computer and making the numbers all make sense and having the numbers come out and then putting a TPS report out. But shit, he forgot the cover sheet. So now he's writing a memo to the people. I forgot the cover sheet. I'm going to put the cover sheet onto the TPS report because we're putting that on there right now. And if that was the thing that he wanted to embrace with his life and that's what he wanted to do and he found that to be amazing, and we go, you know what, we're going to support you in doing that. We're going to support you in accounting the numbers, buddy. Right? And we're going to do that. And you go like, holy shit, look at him go. That's what he wanted to do. Instead, we're doing things like ingraining national pride in the fact that the United States is the greatest country ever. And by the way, when I say that, I want you to think about whatever country you're from. Whatever country you're from on this planet, whether it be Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Sweden, Canada, Germany, I don't give a fuck. Name it. North Korea. North Koreans constantly give parades to themselves about how great North Korea is because North Korea is the best. North Korea is the best. Look, there's a guy. He's driving. He's got a giant missile, and those guys are wearing uniforms, and they're marching down the road because North Korea is the best country ever, and North Koreans are the best. And every 4 years, 1, 2, 3, 4, we have a worldwide celebration to find out who is the best at the javelin toss. And then that guy wins, and we give him a gold. And then there's fucking people on the news. Today, Jamaica won the javelin toss with a 119.3 meter toss. Look at him on the podium. And then we played his song from his country because he's the best. From wherever. I don't even know who the fuck javelin, who gives a shit, but we still do it. We still do the javelin thing because we're still doing the Roman thing, right? We're still carrying on traditions that the Romans did. Get buck naked, cover yourself in some oil, and do some wrestling like dudes do. And eventually, once you get one of those guys to submit to your power, right? You get around behind him, you get him in a rear naked choke, you get your leg around him, and you kind of tap him in the balls with your fucking ankle, your cankle, whatever the fuck you got. You tap him, choke him out. Oh, you're the winner. You're the grease pig champion of the fucking world. You know what you are? Here's a medal. We'll put you up on the stand, and then we'll play your song. Where are you from? Kyrgyzstan. Okay, we'll play the Kyrgyzstan song. You'll salute, you'll Sieg Heil the fucking flag, you know, and then you'll go home and you'll tell everyone about how you're the greatest country in the world, blah, 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 blah. We're not living on a planet where children are taught that we are all humans. And in fact, and I'm going to say this in a much more crass way than Bill Nye the Science Guy said it. Somebody asked Bill Nye the Science Guy, how do you know the humans are all, the race is ridiculous and we should just fucking get rid of it because it's a stupid fucking conversation. And he said, race doesn't exist because we are the human race. And a perfect example is if Shaq, the biggest black guy you've ever seen in your entire life, has sex with the tiny Asian lady from China, what do they have? If he impregnates her with his giant Shaquille O'Neal semen, right? What kind of child do they have? A fucking human. They have a human child. They have a human baby because we're all fucking human people, right? And yet we're still living in the fucking Stone Age where I'm Armenian, so Armenia is the best. What the fuck are you talking about? And that's ultimately like the bigger issue. Like if we had kids that were being taught we are of the earth, we are earth creatures, we are fucking living here. George Carlin said it. The fucking rock isn't going anywhere. The rock is going to be here. The earth planet spent millions of years being covered in lava and did not give one rat's fuck about it. Did not give a shit. The planet was flying around in space, not giving a fuck about anything. And it still doesn't give a fuck about anything now. And when we're gone, it won't give a fuck about it then either. We are living here on this planet, and it is our job to try and make it livable for the other humans to continue to survive here. And yet, hey guys, did you know there's an eternal afterlife where you get to fucking surf and be having sex with 71 virgins and fucking doing whatever and eating grapes and like you don't even care. It's just eternity. Santa Man shows up, Santa Spaceman Claus spaghetti dude. He shows up and he's like, fucking, hey bro, all that shit you did on the planet didn't fucking matter for jack shit. So just come over here to eternity imaginary land, right? And if kids were to tell us that story, we'd be like, oh, that kid's full of shit. That kid doesn't know what he's talking about. But when some 68-year-old fucking weirdo who has been collecting money the entirety of his life to put himself up in a 10,000 square foot mansion and own 2 jets and fly around the world and wear $10,000 suits every fucking day of his life, hand-tailored suits, right? Suddenly, that is supposed to have some kind of bearing on what the world does or does not do. Lady Guinevere with a $5 super chat. Hey, did you see that? That's how you transition into YouTuber. Hey guys, $5 super chat coming in hot. Lady Guinevere with a $5 super chat says the thing that stops me from subbing super chatting the most is honestly being on an iOS device. The forgetting to / when to watch is the ADHD. Lady Guinevere, I appreciate you not only as a person, I really do. I've had a few conversations with you in text. I believe we've spoken in person a few times. I appreciate your existence as a human, and whether anybody in the fucking world wants to believe it or not, I don't care. The fact that Lady Guinevere exists is one of the pillars of my sanity, okay? Every once in a while, there's a certain group of people that I just want to check in with and just go, do they still exist? And Lady Guinevere is one of them. Like, do they still exist? They do. Oh. What are they doing? Oh, they're existing as a human. And I just go, all right, it's okay. None of this is in my fucking imagination. I'm here. Here I am. So I very much appreciate it. Thank you very much for super chatting. Thank you very much for supporting. You supported for a really long time, and that's always easy to tell because you have the Olivia ribbon. And so if anybody ever says, hey, you didn't support Joel for a long time, you can be like, I have an Olivia ribbon. Olivia. You have an Olivia ribbon. And you can just be like, suck it, and then do that thing where you're like, suck it, bitch. And then they have to go away, right? That's the rule. We did get a bunch of super chats today, so we're going to do a Friday thing. I'm going to go calm myself down because I feel like I'm out of my mind rambling like a madman because I haven't really eaten any food today and drank a lot of coffee. So I have to go to the bathroom is basically what it is. Skog Shrimp and stuff. Witchy Cat has blown her budget out the fucking window today with super chats. I've had to reload this thing like fucking 5 times, so I wonder if it Viewer activity. That's the button we need. Does it work? Nope. It just stays an arrow.
There is some, and it's over there.
Oh my god, the fucking arrow. Turn into a finger and click the button. That's what she said. Here we go. I got the viewer activity is loading slowly. Lady Guinevere, Witchy Cat, Skog Shrimp and stuff. It's you three. I think it was you three. It was you three sons of bitches.
And Alyssa.
And Alyssa in the middle. Alyssa's sandwiched in the middle. Either way, tomorrow is a busy work day. I will be over at Alyssa's house. Don't come to my house. I'll be over at Alyssa's house tomorrow, so just stay away from my house tomorrow because I won't even be here. And my chat just crashed, so that's really fucking cool. Really digging that. I don't know if I got a bad stick of RAM. I swear I must. It's the only thing that makes sense at this point. We'll have to analyze the RAM at some point. Who the fuck knows when I'm going to do that? I don't even know. I don't even fucking know when I have time to analyze the RAM. Who gives a shit? We got other stuff to do. Love you guys. I will see you on Friday. I don't know at what time, so don't hold me to any fire, I guess. I don't fuck me.